Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as the Global Force Wrestling proudly presents to you Amped Go Home Show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final and go home show of Amped. Before, is it chronically? No, it's not. It's Respect and Tradition. So, Respect and Tradition. Are you ready? Are you ready? So yeah, we have the Pontarac Silverdome. Very zoomed in picture, I'm afraid. There you go. That's the original image. As you know, that's the image of all the people that came to see WrestleMania 3 at the Pontarac Silverdome, which I've just found out is abandoned, which made me very upset. Watching that video, finding out that this, arena that hosted WrestleMania 3 is now abandoned. It was quite upsetting. I'm going to have it zoomed in quite a bit just so we can kind of get the ring on one side of the screen. That's better. So you've got the ring there, and then, yeah, that's better. So yeah, that's, that made me a bit upset. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are live tonight. Once again, we're in front of 2,021 people at the CA at the Wellfield. This is, Dustin Rhodes sending out pictures on Twitter, which will be quite interesting because Dustin Rhodes' pictures are quite amusing. Which is actually a picture of his dad. Very moving. Gordon Goldust. Yeah. Dusty Rhodes, RIP, but he lives with us in this save. It's 1987. It's June of 1987. At the moment, not a lot's happening in the world, but we'll hopefully get to see who the company of the year is so far and match of the year and things like that. So our opening match of the night is in a pre-show bout at TEW Wrestling and non-existent crowd. Stephen Regal defeated Norman Smiley in 8:29 by pinfall. It got 37 D-, which isn't too bad really. I'm watching Combat Zone Wrestling at the moment once in a lifetime. I do enjoy a bit of hardcore wrestling every now and then. Norman Smiley 28, Regal 38, no worker improvements, not too bad. I don't think we're going to see a lot of improvements on the main show. I think we're going to see the improvements happen over the course of the time as they're doing the house show tour. But we are now going to be touring across America in different locations every week. But we'll be sticking to where we can get the most people for our pay-per-views, which is the tri-state area. So in a pre-show bout, had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. The Hart Foundation defeated the Nasty Boys in 7:53 when Bret Hart defeated Brian Knobbs by pinfall of a heart attack. What's going on here? Give me a second. In terms of wing work, Bret Hart was in charge of everyone else. 63C. So Bret Hart got better at his gimmick. Jimmy Dean Hart was really off his game. Slob and above average, below average for the other Jerry Sags. Jerry Sags getting better at his gimmick. And that's quite lifted the match. Colour commentary gave the match a boot. Bret Hart looked excellent out there. Jimmy Dean Hart 61, Bret Hart 80, Sags 30, Knobbs 32, and they're both improving in technical. Yes, so the Nasty Boys are debuted. Next up, we have a little squash match. Andre the Giant defeated Roy Brookside in 1 minute 37 by pinfall the body slam. So yeah, just a way of making Andre look good. The House quality of the match, the colour commentary gave the match a boost. The performance of Andre the Giant really stood out. It's 84 for Andre, 26 for Robbie, and no work improvements. Go on, Robbie, improve. 68C plus in our main event, pre-show main event, which is what I'm going to call it. We get to see the Midnight Express defeating the Rock and Roll Express in 15:10 when Bobby Eaton defeated Robert Gibson by pinfall with a rocket launcher. Bobby Eaton carried the match in terms of ring performance. Ricky Morton seemed off his game. Which one's Ricky Morton? Is that Ricky Morton? No, that's Robert Gibson. Is that Ricky? Yeah, Ricky Morton's on. I know it's one of these two. Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton showed excellent chemistry when teaming together. Bobby Eaton 73, Stan Lane 63, Robbie Gibson 62, and Ricky Morton for 58. And I just want to say something. I'm doing a save in 1987 and I wasn't even born yet. I'm not going to be born for many years' time. I'm not born until 1994, guys. You can work out my age from that. So yeah, there will be a massive episode when I'm in July when I'm born. So yeah, we open up the show tonight with Terry Goody and Michael Haynes. Oh yes, the fabulous ones have arrived. Don't be scared. We're here to save you. Since this tag team division was started, it's been full of idiots. Tonight we show you how stupid it is. Then Terry goes, because we're fabulous. So yeah, I really don't know. I know a lot about these guys. They've always interested me from, the 1980s style of tag team wrestling. They've always interested me and always fascinated me with the way they used to wrestle. So I had to bring him in at some point, and I wanted to bring him in as a tag team because that's how I like it. So yeah, the Fabulous Ones have arrived. They're not called that. Of course they're called the Fabulous Freebirds. 64C, in a bout that had decent wrestling, but little heat, the Fabulous Freebirds defeated Lightning Express in 8:20 when Mike Irons defeated Tim Horner by pinfall. In terms of ring work, Terry Gordy was head and shoulders over. I don't know who these two guys are. Bob Rab Armstrong and Tim Horner. If you do know who they are, please let me know. They seem to be a very good tag team, so I had to bring them in. It's got an initial rating of average, old school face gimmick. It's got an initial rating above average. The arts quality lifted the match. The color commentary match Bruiser's got the crowd hot. Mark Haynes 56, Terry Gordy 74, Tim Horner 43 and 40. Yes, Terry Gordy was the best in ring. And we move on tonight with a 48D. And above had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Owen Hart defeated Brian Pillman 734 by pinfall. That's quality lift the match. Color commentary going to match. It's got the crowd hot. Owen Hart 42, Brian 45. No worker improvements. And then Mean Gene Oakland has debuted, and he's in the back waiting for the debut we got and joining the comment announce table this Sunday night. It's going to be big. I want to tell you something, Mean Gene. It's great to see you. This Sunday night I faced Randy Savage in a match which got personal. He said I had an affair with Miss Elizabeth, which I did not. Randy, I saw you as a friend, someone I could trust, but you ripped that to pieces, brother. But this Sunday night I get retribution for what you said. Tonight I've got to defend this bout against an unknown opponent. As always, the real American will defend the belt in that ring, brother. So Gene Oakland debuted his Pootsat gimmick, whatever that is. It's going to show in above average to the Global Force Championship. Vance, but lost heat. 75 B-, not bad at all. And then we have a 49D in a poor match. I don't know why this is poor. The Undertaker defeated Rocky Johnson, the Rockstad, in 7:38 by pinfall chokeslam after Paul Bearer in third. He makes defense number 3 of his Global Force title. While Johnson debuted his Sulman gimmick, he's got an initial rating of average. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside. Now seeing quality lift to the match. Color commentary match. 57 for Rocky Johnson, 36 for the Undertaker. No worker improvement, sadly, but another good show. Then, of course, Mick Foley comes in. The Undertaker celebrating, holding his title up. Then, Mick Foley runs in and beating the Undertaker down. The reason I did that was it's the go-home show and I need to build these storylines up a bit. So, in a decent match, British Bulldogs defeated the Bushwhackers in 8:07. Dave Boy defeated Luke Williams by pinfall, the power, clean lift and diving headbutt. British Bulldogs makes defense number 2 of their championships. Butch Miller debuted his Outbacker gimmick. It's got a very good. The same for Luke Williams. Dave Boy was really off his game. Dominic Kidd strained a Perseverus ankle. God, hope he's not out for long. The colour commentary going to match a boost. Luke Williams 43, Butch Miller 38, Dominic Kidd 76, and Dave Boy 73. The storylines advance for the segment. Butch Miller and Dynamite Kid both improving performance. Not bad from these guys. Sorry if I'm rushing this, but I need a wee, and I don't want to do this in 2 parts. So in a bout that had good wrestling and decent match in the crowd, Sergeant Slaughter defeated the Iron Sheik. Hello, Iron Sheik, by in 7:43 by pinfall the quick cradle. Yes, that was a quick roll up. The Iron Sheik debuted his Middle Eastern Fantic gimmick. It's got an initial rating above average. Color commentary match race. 67 for Sergeant Slaughter, 65 for Iron Sheik. No improvements, but guess what? We're going to be doing a match between these two, and it's going to be a match which I've always wanted to do. The Iron Sheik versus Sergeant Slaughter in a flag match. Why the hell has this not happened before? Who is the man, or whoever this was, who hasn't booked that match before, is an idiot. All I'm saying. It became pretty clear that the Iron Sheik was wasted on drugs. Great. We'll sort that out. 78B for this tag match. In a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, King Kong Bundy and Ric Flair defeated Ricky Steamboat and Dusty Rhodes, when King Kong Bundy defeated Dusty Rhodes by a pin for the Big Splash. Ric Flair, as per usual, carried the match in terms of ring friends. Rick and Dusty Rhodes have zero chemistry as partners. Great. The performance of Ric Flair stood out as being good. Dusty Rhodes 59, Ricky 68, Rick 95, King Kong Bundy 63. The YU here storylines advanced and no work improvements. A 60C plus, just a hype in that this Sunday night you're going to get to see the Hart Foundation taking on the British Bulldogs. Randy Savage is in his locker room. He finds a note taped to his bag. He reads it. He looks very happy, not upset. I'm going to try. Sorry, I picked the wrong one. And then quickly leaves. What's Randy Savage got up his sleeve? Let's wait till Sunday to find out. In a battle that had subpar wrestling, and little heat, Sid Vicious debuting Jeff Jarrett, a debut in Scott Hall, defeated Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, Rick Rude, and Kurt Hennig in 7:44. Invader defeated Mick Foley by pinfall the powerbomb. Jeff Jarrett debuts Ego Maniac gimmick's got below average. Jeff Jarrett getting better gimmick. Scott Hall debuts Badass gimmick's got a rating of below average. Now it's quality lift the match. Color commentary gave him the match a boost. Kurt Hennig 64, Rick Rude 57, Shawn Michaels 49, Mick Foley 41, Vader 49, Hall 47, Jeff Jarrett 34, and Vicious 27. Jeff Jarrett and Sid Vicious both improving in performance of 58 C-, not bad from these guys. And Rick Rude's now on drugs again. I'm sad to say that is Rick Rude's final strike and will be sacked after tonight. Actually, no. I actually can send him to rehab because he's now written. So he'll be going to rehab. In a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Arn Anderson defeated Eddie Guerrero in 7:43 by pinfall with 62C. Arn nice quality of the match. Color commentary gave the match a boost. Arn Anderson 65, Eddie Guerrero 36, no work improvements. 64C, you see Steamboat and Ted DiBiase, they're brawling in the back, having a massive fight ahead of their match on Sunday. Then Jimmy Snuka debuts. And above had good wrestling and decent match from the crowd. Jimmy Snuka defeated Truly Blanchard in 8:14 by pinfall the Superstar Flash. Jimmy Snuka debuted as Wildman. Gillis got initial rating of great. 69 from Snuka, 64 from Truly. Jimmy Snuka improving the technical. Hooray, hooray, hooray. The video hyping up Dusty versus Ric Flair this Sunday night. And then in an 81B, in a superb match, Hulk Hogan defeated Ted DiBiase in 2028 by pinfall big leg drop following interference from Ricky Steamboat. Hulk Hogan makes defense number 7 his GFW Championship. Ted DiBiase had a ring performance of 57, Hogan 89. The other one has a price storylines advance and the segment gained heat. No work improvements. I don't think Ted DiBiase deserves to be pushed, be kept to the mid card. He does deserve some main event matches. So he's going to get them. 81B, not bad. And then we close the show off with a 77B as Hulk Hogan's holding his title up, celebrating. His opponent for Sunday night runs in and beats him down. And to end the show off, only the people in the arena got to see this. Terry Funk came out and went, hold on a minute, I'm not happy with this. And Terry Funk defeats Randy Savage by a pile driver, following interference from Hulk Hogan, 59C for the end. Terry Funk's debuts Blue Chipper, has got an rating of average. Randy Savage lost game, 80 for Terry Funk, 91 for Fing, and Terry Funk improving in performance. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that match in so everyone was used. So ladies and gentlemen, our final rating for tonight gets a 78B. Increased our popularity in 2 regions because we can't get a better TV deal on what we're on now, which is local tri-state. But yeah, as being we're taking the show across America, we'll start increasing across the states. So I'll see you this Sunday night when we will be live on pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, please take your seats for Global Force Wrestling Respect and Tradition. It is being held in front of 6,548 people at the Carmichael Arena. This is your showtime. Hello and welcome tonight. We are live. We've got loads of great wrestling, including Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage in our main event. On top of that, we've got Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes. Also, I'd like to welcome to the announcer's desk tonight, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Thanks, Jim. I hope Randy and Rick win tonight because this place is pants. Jesse, you should have give this up. Sell it up to Ted DiBiase because I'm sure he can make this place better. Jesse, you're here because of me, Bobby. Tonight we got some great matches, but we're opening up with a championship fight. Let's go to Mean Gene for the introductions. So 75B minus for that quick opening angle. And we go straight in with our opening match of the night in a bout that had terrible wrestling. Really? A non-existent crowd heat. The Undertaker defeated Mick Foley in 10:20 by a pinfall to chokeslam. The Undertaker makes defense number 4 of his next-gen title. Paul Bearer did some good work at ringside. He lifted the match. Welcome to good match boost. Got the crowd hot at 42 from Mick, 33 from the Undertaker. No worker improvements, but this, advanced. Then we see Ollie Anderson backstage. He's talking, in the locker room, typical underway. You can't hear what he's saying, but you can see he's talking to the 3 guys, the 4 horsemen all talking. There's a 79B, not bad. We then move on to a 61C. And above had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. The Rock and Roll Express defeated the Nasty Boys in 8:03 when Ricky Morton defeated Jerry Sags by pinfall with a double drop kick. Now it's quality lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost, and it's got the crowd hot. Sags had a ring performance of 27, Nobbs 31, Gibson 69, and Morton 67. No worker improvements. 54C. In above had decent wrestling but little heat. Brian Pillman defeated Scott Hall in 8:02 by pinfall with a leaping, thrusting lariat. Nas quality lifted the match. The collar commentary gave the match a boost. Brian Pillman had a ring performance of 46. Scott Hall 51. No worker improvements. 75B minus. In a decent match, Rocky Johnson defeated Arn Anderson in 8:25 by pinfall. The Johnson Shuffle. Last quad to live the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Arn had a ring performance of 72. Rocky 57. No worker improvements. In a decent match, the Bushwhackers defeated Midnight Express in 8:11 when Butch Miller defeated Stan Lane by pinfall of battering ram. Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton have excellent chemistry. Tag team together 65C for this one. Nat's quality on the colour commentary gave the match a boost. Luke Williams 50. Butch Miller 48. Bobby Eaton 75, Stan Lane 68. Stan Lane improving in performance. Butch Miller is improving in performance skills as well. Now the idea I've got, and I've kind of went over it a bit quick, so I wanted to get through the show because I've got another one of these and 4 more amped to do for this episode before tomorrow. But I brought in Jesse and me, Jesse runs the company, Jim Ross is the announcer, and we don't disguise that fact because Bobby's broke the fourth wall with that. But what the problem is, we're faces. So I wanted someone to come in and kind of go, oh, the Midnight Express, oh, they're brilliant, they should be the tag team champions. Be the real big 'em up, kind of how he always used to, big up the heels over the faces, and that's what I brought him in for. So hopefully he can do that. I'm expecting he can. I think he did that quite well, in the open angle where I kind of went, he hopes that Randy Savage and Ric Flair win tonight. He's come in and he's gone picking the guys that, most of the fans don't like, in a way. So yeah, that's what's happening there. Oh, I haven't was a referee for that match. Ooh, the worst match of the night. In an abysmal match, Sid Vicious defeated Robbie Brookside in 8:28 by pinfall chokeslam. So they don't click, which I should have remembered. And that's quality lift in the match. The colour commentary match, Bruce, of course. Robbie Brookside 26, Sid Vicious 25. Improving in performance, so he's improving. Robbie's better in ringing him, but he's improving, which is good by 1 point. I definitely gave the yay, a 57C minus, hooray! In above, I had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Jeff Jarrett, Double J, defeated Kurt Hagen 7:48 by pinfall. Nice quality lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Hennigan had a ring performance of 35. Jeff had a ring performance of 35. Hennigan 71. No work improvements, but a good match nonetheless. Hold on, let me just pick my fiance to help me out with this. What I'm going to be doing after this. I'm playing Criminal Case, if you didn't know, guys. At the moment, I'm playing Criminal Case, Criminal Case Specific Bay, Save the World, and Gone Scrapes. Yes, I'm in man. Anyway, guys, on to the next matchup of the night is Shawn in a decent match. Our boy Shawn Michaels defeated Truly Blanchard in 8:28 by pinfall with sweet chin music. Now's quality of the match. The colour commentary going the match. Booth Michael 48, Truly Blanchard 72. Shawn Michaels improving in Rumble. Woohoo! Oh, hold on, I don't want to lose that because I'm enjoying that. Paul Bear's turned to Undertaker celebrating their win. In a darkened room, they're discussing what happened and how the match was, and about how he won it. Got 33 plus, not bad. And then I still need to change his bloody picture. I ain't got around to it yet. In a terrible match, Vader defeated Eddie Guerrero by pinfall with a powerbomb. In a terrible match, I got 42D. The terrible match of the night was the bloody match we had previously, where it saw flipping. The terrible match of the night was Robbie Brookside and Sid Vicious. That should have opened up the bloody show, but I wanted to open up with a bang because it keeps people interested. But 42D, Eddie Guerrero 29, Vader 43. Eddie Guerrero improving in Rumble. There's a lot of improvements tonight for the wrestlers, but you're not only going to get improvements from the wrestlers tonight, you're going to get improvements over the board because they're going to be performing on house shows and stuff. In about that, I had great heat and good wrestling. The Iron Sheik defeated Silent Slaughter in a flag match in 9:38 when the Iron Sheik retrieved the item. Yes, Iron Sheik won. The match suffered because there wasn't enough selling on show. Okay. Nice quality lifted the match. The colour commentary going the match boost. Slaughter 76, Iron Sheik 63. Work improvements, no work improvements, but 76B minus. Still a good match from those guys. and the Iron Sheik is racing on drugs again. It really affected his performance. So that will be the Iron Sheik going to rehab for a few weeks. I'm going to find him next first, actually. Then it's over to rehab. When you come back from rehab, if you're still getting aggressive and racing on drugs, you are fired. At the moment, we actually got someone. We've got two. That'll be the second person sent to rehab because I actually sent Rick Rude to rehab as well. So that's where Rick Rude is. If you've expected him to see him tonight, he's at rehab for a few months. So in about had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. The Lightning Express defeated the Fabulous Freebirds in 8:15 when Michael Haynes intentionally got counted out while fighting Tim Horner. In terms of remember that Terry Gordon was head and shoulders above everyone else. So yeah, I wanted to do a rematch, but they weren't happy with fighting the same people. So you know that we've already beaten these. Sod this, we're gonna get counted out. You know, we're gonna do a good match, we're gonna get counted out. So yeah, Brad Armstrong. Sorry, I've just got a very weird message through. Brad Armstrong's getting better. His gimmick, the announced quality lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the match boost. Tim Horner 47, Brad Armstrong 45, Mark Hayne 66, Terry Gordy 77. So yeah, 64C, not bad from those guys. We're really getting good ratings. This match was just to cool down the crowd, but it doesn't say that off. Obviously, I don't know if I got crowd management turned on in this one. I have to look at that because obviously I'm meant to, because otherwise it's not fair. Because all the others got it on. So yeah, in above had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Norman Smiley defeated Nolan Hart and Stephen Regal in 8:27 when Norman Smiley defeated Stephen Regal by pinfall. So Norman Smiley, who won, was the weak link, as you will see here. So Norman Smiley's getting better. He's given that's quality of the match. The colour commentary given the match produced. Norman Smiley 27, Owen Hart 44, Stephen Regal 33. No worker improvements. And then we get a bout that had fantastic eating, great wrestling. Terry Funk defeated King Kong Bundy in 9:47 by pinfall. The pile driver. No, not enough selling as per usual from King Kong Bundy. 64, Terry Funk. King Kong Bundy improving in technical and performance. So obviously he's learned a bit more about selling. But yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm just writing some notes down. Just so I remember what's going, because I do write notes of all the shows before I go on to the next TV show, so I can remember what happened and how people won. So yeah, in an exceptional match, Andre the Giant defeated Jimmy Snooker in 8:16 because of the body slam. Once again, Andre and his selling's not very good. Colour commentary gave the match a boost. Andre 83, Jimmy Snooker 74, 79B, not bad. I will say this though, Andre the Giant does not do house shows. So yeah, 79B, this match got moved quite far up the card, but it was very short. In a bout that had great hair wrestling and good heat, the Bulldogs defeated the Hart Foundation in 5:31. Dundalk could defeat Jim Nadine Hart with a power clean lift and diving headbutt. Bulldogs makes defend number 3 of their tag team titles. So yeah, this is why it was quite short because of the injury to Diamond Giant Kid. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Jim Nadine Hart 67, Brett 81, 73, and Davey 78. The GFW Tag Team Championship tournament advanced for the segment and gained heat. No worker improvements of 79B, not bad. And by the way, we're running this show in debt, in quite a lot of debt. We're about 10,000 in under at the moment because of the rehab charges sending Rick Rude, but hopefully that will change tonight after the pay-per-view. We'll see. So in a superb match, Ted DiBiase defeated Ricky Steamboat in 13 minutes 09 by pinfall. The colour commentary gave the match a boost, 76B minus. Ricky Steamboat 85, Ted DiBiase 67. Everyone has a price to advance for the segment. No work improvements. An 80B for the video. An 81B for this match. An exceptional match. Dusty Rhodes defeated Ric Flair in 16:20 by pinfall the Bionic Elbow. Dusty Rhodes 88, Ric Flair 97. The Why You Here storyline, no worker improvements. But a good little match, as I say. Next segment. 79B, Hulk Hogan vs Randy Savage. An 81B as well. An exceptional match. Randy Savage defeated Hulk Hogan. I accidentally double clicked, obviously. So yeah, Randy Savage is the new champion. You know, he's celebrating about all this You know, he's happy, he won, he's the champion. And then he notices, he looks, and Hogan's still on the floor. And he continues to beat him into the canvas. So yeah, a 77B for that. The entire show of the night got a 79B. We increased our popularity in loads of regions. Not very good overall, but we're going to give it to Hogan, Randy Savage, and we're going to give it to Ric Flair. Good show all round. I was quite happy with that. We're going to have a look at where we stand in the... So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the main screen. We'll then have a quick look on the main screen, see where we stand with the world thing, and we'll have a quick look and see what's going on. Oh, there's Mike Bennett, the original Mike Bennett. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in just a couple of seconds at the main screen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm gonna have to quickly do something. World review. So it'll be that one and that one. That's fine. Right. I don't know how that's getting on. Just gonna have a quick look at something to tell you how we're getting on. All good. Your video will be up in a bit. Yay! Your second video today will be up in a list just after I film this. I'm gonna get that ready to go. And you'll get to see 4 star. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the world so far. So last night was it seems they really struck gold with this. Awesome. I don't know. We was in the Mid-Atlantic last night. I didn't set that up, as I said. I just wanted to, do a show, see what happens. World class Texas tournament. So they got a 658 C minus. The grappler defeated Noor Barrera and Skip Young thing. There's the tag titles on the line. So there's just a load of tag team matches. Yeah, so that's good. Nothing else really happened last night. It was just Power Pro Wrestling. Where will they be on the list? So I can't see them. What was it called? Power, just P. There it is. So yeah, the show went down really well. So Jerry Blackwell defeated Brad Ingans. Terry Taylor and Chris Adams defeated Bowen and Larry Brown. And Black Bart defeated Eddie Gilbert. So yeah, the show went down well there. So yeah, at the moment, we'll have a look at those top bits in a minute. So this is our show last night. We got quite a good... Oh, God. Wrong thing. We got 26,000 people buy it. We're now out of debt, I do believe. Yeah, 84,000 out of debt. We're going to have a quick look at house shows. So yeah, as you can see, we're drawing about 800 people to house shows. We're mainly doing them in the Great Lakes and in our home region. But we're getting extra money from that. So the house shows are small, low-cost, non-televised events. As obviously happens to them, they do not require booking. They're useful as they allow wrestlers to develop skills while also providing some extra income via ticket sales. So yeah, so basically the idea behind the reason I wanted to sign everyone to written is people who are not very good who do appear get work on it. And if we look at the house shows, we've got 40 people: Saran, Bobby, Brad, Brett, Brian, Butch, Kurt Hennig, Dusty Rhodes, Eddie Guerrero, Hulk Hogan, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Saggs, Jim Nadine Hart, Jimmy Snooker, Luke Williams, Michael Haynes, Mick Foley, Norman Smiley, Owen Hart, Randy Savage, Ric Flair, Ricky Morton, Ricky Steamboat, Robbie Brookside, Robert Gibson, Rocky Johnson, Scott Hall, Sergeant Slaughter, Shawn Michaels, Sid Vicious, Stan Lane, Stephen Regal, Ted DiBiase, Terry Funk, Terry Gordy, The Undertaker, Tim Horner, who's one of the referees, Julie Blanchard, and Vader all do appear on the circuit. So yeah, you don't, if you go to the house show, you do get to see something. But I do want to have a go at something a minute. Randy Savage and Terry Funk. And then Hulk, Hogan, and sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure I do this right. Hulk Hogan, who was the person I wanted him to fight, and see how we would go against. The Iron Sheik. That was it. Where's the Iron Sheik? Doesn't he do house shows? Obviously not. Yeah, so not everyone does house shows. I just wanted, I'm just going to see how it gets on. So yeah, oh yeah, that was it. Where is he? I have lost him. So yeah, we're gonna test something out. We're gonna do, so Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker's opponents, and Randy Savage and Terry Funk are going to be what's going on at the house shows. I do that just so people have a bit of fun. So the rest of the year at the moment is Guccio Tenere looks, of course, to top the most famous Power 500 rankings in 6 months. So yeah, we've got 6 months left until we get there. Yeah, he'll be rest of the year. Comedy of the year so far, New Japan. They've had a strong 6 months. But yeah, 8-8Bs, look, 91As, fucking hell. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Kusha and Yusa, match of the year is from All Japan. Show of the year is World Wrestling. Young Wrestler of the Year, Veteran of the Year is Terry Funk. We've got him. From Wrestling. So we're not in that. But guess what, guys? We will be. Now, I think our product isn't very good. So yeah, we've got a minor positive in everywhere. But I think we need to sort something out. Because I think what we should really be doing is looking at what World Wrestling Federation do. So look at that product. Got Man's Entertainment. So the mainstream is key features. You've got media features of comedy. So yeah. But we'll see. You know, we've still got 6 months. We'll see what happens in 6 months. You know, we are new. We are 7th in the entire company wars. WWF is on top, followed by Jim Crockett Promotions, followed by New Japan, All Japan, WCWA, EMML, which is actually now known as CMML, and Global Force. The problem is, you see, WWF are cool, that's national, cool, regional, cool. The problem is, we're new. You know, we haven't got a lot of we've got 64 prestige, momentum 90. We've got to prove ourselves. We made a huge loss last month, but you know, not bothering. We're going to be proving ourselves. You see, we are still improving in popularity across the board, and we're going to keep pushing ourselves. We're going to keep doing what we're doing best. So, guys, I will see you with the next episode of Amped, which is tonight, when we'll be announcing some stuff, and I am going to be doing something very big, very soon. So, guys, we'll see you with Amped tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as the pre-show for Amped is about to start. This is Global Force Wrestling. Ding, 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 ding. Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is GFW Amped by Global Force Wrestling. It's been out in front of 1,139 at the Joe Steen Center as we continue our Grand American tour. So this is the pre-show. That little Sid Vicious defeated Eddie Guerrero in 7:43 by pinfall with a powerbomb. Now it's quality lift in the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Eddie Guerrero 37, Vicious 40, gets a 40D minus, no work improvements. But Sid Vicious 40 in the ring, not bad for Sid. In a 48D in a pre-show bout, had subpar wrestling and a little heat. No Owen Hart defeated Norman Smiley by submission with a sharpshooter. Norman Smiley and Owen Hart pretty good chemistry lifted the match. Now it's quality lift the match. The collar commentary gave the match a boost. Norman Smiley 34, Owen Hart 51. No worker improvements. I just thought there, yeah. In a 74B minus, in a pre-show battle that had great wrestling and good heat, the Hart Foundation defeated Midnight Express in 8-12 and Bret Hart defeated Bobby Eaton by submission with a sharpshooter. Jim Nadine Hart was a weakling struggling to keep up with everyone's performances. Bret Hart is getting better. His gimmick, Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton showed good chemistry and team together. Colin was given no extra roost. Bobby Eaton 78, Stan Lane 77, Jim Nadine Hart 65, Bret Hart 82. No worker improvements. In a pre-show battle, a good heat and decent wrestling. Sonic Storm defeated Arn Anderson. They don't click. The collar commentary 62 and 66. Yeah, I know about that. I just put it on because I had nothing better to do. In the pre-show battle, had good race, great wrestling and good heat. The Bulldogs defeated Rock and Roll Express in 6:21. David Boy defeated Robert Gibson by pinfall, the running power slam. Diamond Kid was slowed by his injury some shot. The collar commentary gave the match a boost. Diamond Kid 75, David Boy 79, Robert Gibson 72, Ricky Morton 71. Ricky Morton improving in performance and Robert Gibson improving in performance. Hooray! 72B minus. And then a 67C plus. In a decent pre-show match, Ted DiBiase defeated Scott Armstrong and Vader in 7:31. Ted DiBiase defeated Vader by pinfall. Ted DiBiase head and shoulders. Scott Armstrong, he was brought in for one night only, so 42 for him, 59 for Vader, 73 for Ted. No work improvements of 67C plus. And we begin the show with a 100A star. Holy crap. Now, this wouldn't let me type out what I wanted properly. So, I'm going to add a bit here. Because it wouldn't let me do it. And I know I can do it now. So I'm just going to quickly add that, and then I will. So let me do it in the screen, the original screen. There we go. So yeah, that make it. Now it'll make sense. So yeah, we ready? Shut up while your new champion talks to you. You see, last night I defeated Hulk Hogan. I am the champion. I am the face of this place. You see, I got what I should have always had. You see, Vince, you dropped the ball with me. I should have been the champion, not the Intercontinental champion. Hogan, you got your rematch. But next month, I know my opponent already. It is not you, as I'll be facing Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Oh look, it is your hero himself, the real asshole, Hulk Hogan. So yeah, I'm going to book that in now for Crowning Glory, which is our pay-per-view this month. I am trying to shake things up a bit and not do the same matches. I normally would do this as free, but because we got 4. So Randy Savage, I'll change his picture as well. We'll take on the Steamboat. Because Steamboat is going to be taking on Randy Savage, you obviously can guess where Hulk Hogan's going with this. Hogan's going to be taking on Ted DiBiase. Yes, by the way, that is the way I'm playing this now. There you go. That's all set. So yeah, Hulk Hogan comes out. Hulk, I got my rematch, brother, but I don't want it yet. You see, we're on the train tracks to our WrestleMania Bound for Glory. You see, at Bound for Glory, I want a rematch. In a match that's never been done before. You see, I know we won't be the first to do this style of match, but we'll be the first ever on PPV. You see, I think we need to get the belt hanging above the ring, and we will have to climb a ladder to retrieve it in a match called a ladder match. So yeah, we're going to do a ladder match. I know for that I ain't done one in this save yet. I do like ladder matches. And it's the first time it's been done, so it's going to be quite interesting to see, how, for the first, this will be the first time anything like this has been done. Hogan, I agree, but me and you will not face it until that time. Also, you're going to ref all my matches. So yeah, I'm going to put some little notes up here. So I remember. So Hogan. So they're not allowed to fight Randy until for Glory, and Hogan will also ref all title. Not if they're I want to make this clear. If they're just a standard wrestling match, he's not going to be refereeing them. If it's a title match, he will be doing it. So Randy Savage getting back his gimmick. Hulk Hogan clearly, we've already gone after. Jim Ross was bad. Bobby Heenan was bad. The Seven deserved better. Announcing the show got a strong start. Got the crowd shot. Randy Savage looked good. The performance of Hulk Hogan was fantastic. So yeah, everyone did really well. 108 star for an open angle. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's how you start a show. And then we go into a bit of a. Even got the crowd hotter now. So yeah, in the battle of Telba wrestling a non-existent crowd heat, Robbie Brookside defeated Mick Foley in 7:44 by pinfall with penalty kick. Now's the quality to lift the match. The colour commentary in the match of boost. Got the crowd hotter. Robbie Brookside 27, Mick Foley 43. Just wanted to get Brookside up and give him a bit of a win. And that's where I went wrong, because that was face versus face, wasn't it? That's where the show went wrong earlier. That's why I had to bring that guy in. Anyway, in a decent match, the Fabulous Freebirds defeated the Bushwhackers in 7:34 when Mike Haynes defeated Luke Williams by pinfall. So the Fabulous Freebirds getting another win. The nice quality of the match. The colour commentary in the match boost. Michael Haynes 70, Terry Gordon 75, Luke Williams 53, Butch Miller 51. Butch Miller and Michael Haynes both improving in. Butch is in performance and Michael Haynes in Rumble. I think if you can see what's going to be happening, and you'll find out the 3 huge matches tonight for the Bound for Glory. We've got a really crazy show. Another 100 bloody A-star. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Another 100 A-star angle, guys. Rick. Woo! I'm the jet flying, limo riding, son of a gun. Last night, Dusty, you beat me. It was a fluke. But next month, we got a tag team. We got tag team actions. Terry Funk, Dusty versus Andre, me, and Andre the Giant. So let's get that booked in. So yeah, at Crowning Glory, we're going to have a tag team match. It's going to be, where is it? Dusty Rhodes and Terry Funk will be tagging up against the team of Andre the Giant and, of course, Ric Flair. That's booked in. You wait until the next match we've got planned. So yeah, I'm booking some matches for next month, but I'm also booking a lot of matches tonight for a month's time when we go head to head at when we go Bound for Glory in September. Dusty. So Dusty comes out and goes, oh no, hold on a minute, where were we? We weren't that far yet, was we? You see, the train is moving towards Bound for Glory. It's an exciting time here in the GFW. The 4 horsemen are as good as ever, and I have a problem. Over a month ago, I lost a match, which means I can't go after the Global Force Wrestling Championship. But you see, there's a new belt coming, a world belt, world title belt. I'm going to win it next week in the 4-way. So yeah, he can't go after. So Ric Flair's kind of gone, hold on a minute. There's a new championship belt. I said I won't go after the Global Force Championship. I didn't say anything about the world title. I'm bringing the world title in. There's also another belt going to debut tonight. The reason for this is we've got so many good main eventers. I think we can really get away with doing 2 major belts, and we can get away with doing some more mid-card belts. Especially with people pulling angles like this. So Dusty comes out and goes, sod next week, sod next month. We've got 3 months to go till Bound for Glory, and I've got another huge match for that event, Rick. You see, I've been talking to Jesse about bringing in another new match type. This match is called a Lethal Lockdown. Oh, yes. You see, the match will be with you, with Arn, and Truly, and me, with 2 people of my choosing. It will be inside a steel cage with a lid on it. Hanging off the lid will be weapons, which we can use till someone gets pinned or submitted. Rick, woo! Sounds like fun. Can't wait to kill you, Dusty. I don't know why I did that in that sort of voice, but there. So Ric Flair was superb. He working without a crib. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand the entire time. The segment deserved better now, since Ric Flair came out looking like this, and Dusty Rhodes came across well as well. So yeah, not only have we got that match planned, we've got next week. God, I've been busy boy this week. I've really messed in pre-booking stuff. So yeah, next week, my friends, we'll be advertising it later on as well. It's going to be the 4-way match. This match will be to crown the world champion, and it will see Terry Funk, Andre the Giant, who is French, I do believe. Really? Yeah, French, white. The Beast Giant. I don't know if he's married or anything. Physical. Is it? Do you go into personal, don't you? So he's got a strong dislike of those 2 people, but he's got a loyalty to Vince McMahon, yet he's not working for him. Andre the Giant. Oh God, hold on, because I'm on the final chapter. I'm going to see this match. Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match. I think that match is going to blow the dust apart. So yeah, and then I need to. So that's booked. That's booked, and then we just skip to about. We haven't booked anything for Bound for Glory yet. Sugar. So yeah, so already to. I better get onto this because otherwise I'll forget. So yeah, so we've got a ladder match between Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. I think that one just looks more Healy Randy Savage to me than what we already had. I know it's probably a bit of a more futuristic. Then we got the 3-way match. Now, I don't think Dustin has debuted yet. If he has, then this match will probably change and I'll bring Dustin in for the match. But at the moment, the 3 versus 3, I'm going to be doing like this, if I can find where the leaf. I have checked this in the game, there it is. This ain't the only big match we've got. I've got another one planned for later on. So it'll be Ric Flair and Dusty. Yeah? Dusty Rhodes. Then we're going to have Truly Blanchard, who is on the upper mid-carders. So we'll pick someone from the upper mid-carders who's a single wrestler. Will be Sergeant Slaughter. Because there's no one else I really want to use, really. Actually, no, I know who we're going to use. Someone with Bobby Eaton's had problems with, Shawn Michaels. Then we have Arn Anderson, of course. And I've already decided on who else is going to be in the match. I think there he is, Kurt Hennigan. So there you go, guys. Another match set for Bound for Glory. It's Lethal Lockdown. The 4 Horsemen taking on Dusty Rhodes and Shawn Michaels. And Kurt Hennig. Another A-star angle. Jesus Christ, we're doing good tonight. Then we move into a 56C-. In above, had decent wrestling but little heat. Scott Hall defeated Ryan Pillman in 7:35 by pinfall Razor's Edge. That's quite a different match. The color commentary going to match truth. Ryan Pillman 47, Scott Hall 53. No worker improvements. 75B, basically Hulk Hogan's walking in the back. When he stops, almost as if he feels he's basically stops, starts looking around, don't see anyone and continues walking. So then a shadowy figure emerges from hiding, having been there the whole time, and runs off. Who is the shadowy figure? We'll find out next week, hopefully. Then we have a video promoting my boy Shawn Michaels, who I just booked into the Lethal Lockdown. Oh, okay. I know he's in a match, but I don't think he's in a match just yet. That's what happened. I was like, okay. I was expecting him to be in a match. Obviously not. In a poor match, the Nasty Boys defeated Lion Express in 8-10 when Brian Knobs defeated Tim Horner by pinfall double DT. Brad Armstrong was really off his game. The Nasty Quality lifted the match. Colin coming together the match. Jerry Saggs 29. Brian Knobs 38. 53 for Ted Turner. Brad Armstrong 55. No work. Tim Horner improving in performance. Her way. Oh, great. Now we've got another one on drugs. It might mean the Nasty Boys vanish for 8 months. No, what will happen is I'm not going to fire people. They get how I do the drug situation, so people know, is they get fined. They get stern warning, fined, and then they would have been fired. But now we've got the rehab option. They go to rehab and then get fired if they don't come back. So in a decent match, Shawn Michaels, yes, defeated the Iron Streak in 8-14 by pinfall with Sweet Chin Music. Gets 63C. The answer quality to lift the match. Colour commentary going with the match boost. Michaels had 52. Iron Streak 50-70. Yeah, he wasn't wasted on drugs tonight. Hooray. Andre the Giant defeated Ricky Steamboat in 7-41 by pinfall with a body slam. I haven't got a clue what just happened on my phone. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to jump over to back. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry, I'm just having some weird technical difficulties in another section entirely. There we go, that's better. So in a social match, Andre the Giant defeated Ricky Steamboat in 7-41 with bypass body slam. Andre Giant's getting better. Give it the colour commentary in the match and boost. 83 for Andre and 85 for Ricky. Not a bad match. 78B. And then a 40-60. I knew this angle wouldn't get as good as the other two because, you know, it's Buddy, Paul Bearer and The Undertaker. So we see a dark room full of coffins. The Undertaker stands on the back with his title belt as Paul talks. And this is going to book our next match. Oh yes, my Undertaker stole the next gen champion. You see, Mick, unlike Sting, we did not send you to hell. Oh no. But we have a plan, you see. The Undertaker says for you to go to hell, we need to bury you. Now you probably can see where this is going. So we're going to have a match that will have a grave. The first person to be put in a grave and buried will be the winner. Oh yes, Bound for Glory is going to be quite interesting. So yeah, we have now booked, and I'm not kidding, we've booked not for Crown and Glory. I will be booking the match for Crown and Glory. So look, we've got Crown and Glory, Hard Justice, and then Bound for Glory. Already, we've got a flipping 3 versus 3 lethal lockdown, a ladder match, and now we've got a Buried Live match. It's our WrestleMania, and I'm making it big. You know, this is the sort of thing I want to be. You know, this is our WrestleMania. I want it to be big. I want it to be grand. I want it to be different. So yeah, The Undertaker versus Mick Foley in a Buried Alive match at that pay-per-view is going to be amazing. Also, at Crowning Glory, The Undertaker will be defending his championship belt against Undertaker Brian Pillman, who I do believe deserves a title shot, and Mick Foley, who I have major respect for, will also be in action that night. This is a way I do find if you book quite a few matches before the show, people do tune in, but he will be taking on someone I'm quite interested in, Sid Vicious. So yeah, but look at Bound for Glory already, and we've still got 2 new belts being debuted next week, which we understand one of them might not be defended. We've got a new belt coming up in just a little bit. And we still got the tag belts to be announced. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. That might just be a standard tag team match. I don't know just yet. Well, 4060. 75 speed minus. Just hyping up next week's main event. You know, that's go. This is what we got, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss next week. Global Force Wrestling presents Amped once again, but we'll see Terry Funk, Andre the Giant, Ric Flair, and Dusty Rhodes facing as they to go after the new belt. But let's go to the match next, and we get this match in about. Now I've got a promo for Steven Regal planned out for next week, which will explain. But yeah, don't moan at me. Because it's, you know, for the type of bout. So in a bout that had decent wrestling and didn't have much heat, Steven Regal defeated Rocky Johnson, Kurt Hennig, and Jeff Jarrett in 8-23. Jeff Jarrett was first, and Hennigan, and finally Rock Johnson. Steve Regal wins the United States Championship, which is what we brought in. Steven Regal is the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone's ring room performance. The announced quality lifted the match. Rocky Johnson had 59, Steven Regal 41, Hennigan 65, and Jeff Jarrett 52. So yeah, Steven Regal, even though this is the idea, is to build him up. 51D plus, not bad at all. No work for improvements, but yeah. And then we get a quick match in a bout that had little heat and embarrassing wrestling. The Undertaker defeated Johnny Mantel in 3:23 by pinfall Tombstone. Johnny Mantel was really off his game. Johnny Mantel was getting better. Paul Bearer did some work. They don't click for the collar country. He only had 21. Undertaker had 33. No work improvements. As a squash match, bring him in, build up the Undertaker. 78B, here we go. In a bout had fantastic heat and great wrestling. King Kong Bundy defeated Terry Funk in 8:16 by pinfall. Big splash. The match suffered because there was not enough selling on the show. Shut up. The colour commentary gave the match boost. King Kong Bundy 67, Terry Funk 85. Not bad at all. Video plays hyping Flair Savage versus Dusty and Hogan. Both the Why You Here storylines first segment, and that's lost heat. But yeah, basically this is our main event of the night. I decided to do a tag match against an 84B plus. In an exceptional match, Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. An exceptional match, Randy Savage and Ric Flair defeat Hulk Hogan and Dusty Rhodes in 2019 when Randy Savage defeated Dusty Rhodes by pinfall. Hulk Hogan seemed off his game. Dusty Rhodes 93. What? Dusty Rhodes had a ring performance of 93. Hulk Hogan 87. Ric Flair's 96. Randy Savage 97. GFW Championship storylines have had a segment and gained heat. And so is that one. Work improvements, no work improvements. Come on, Hogan. You're not even as good as these people. What the hell? And we're going to end the show with our pre-show bout, which is in a superb post-show match. Truly Blanchard defeated Jimmy Snooker in 14:46 by a pinfall with a slingshot suplex. Truly Blanchard's getting better. His gimmick, Jimmy Snooker 74, Truly 77. No work improvements. Just, to put those few people in. And we get an 82B, increase our poll in 2 regions because of what TV channel we're on. I will see you guys at the next live amped. Thanks for watching, guys. See you then. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, please take your seats as Global Force Wrestling presents to you their annual weekly television show. Live, this is Amped. We gotta get this party going tonight. We're gonna be amped together tonight. Hello guys, welcome back to Amped, and I know I sounded terrible, please don't remind me. So welcome back, we are live, we are amped, and we are ready to rock and roll. So yeah, we are going to be 100% live for the next hour, but we've got some announcements to make, which will be made on the thing. So these are results from Global Force Wrestling being held for 6,300 people at the Beeline Centre. So in the pre-show bout, had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Mick Foley, Rory Brookside and the Hart Foundation defeated Owen Hart, Sid Vicious and the Fabulous Freebirds in 8:13. Rory Brookside defeated Owen Hart by pinfall with a Icon Slam. So yeah, 63C. In terms of ring work, Bret Hart was better than everyone else as we thought. Nice quality in the colour commentary on the map. Bret looked good out there. Jim Nadine Hart 61, Bret Hart 76, Rory Brookside 34, Foley 43, Vicious 32, Hart 51, Michael Haynes 58, and Terry Goody 65. Worker improvements, Jim Nadine Hart improving flying. So yeah, that's our first of the pre-show matches. In a terrible pre-show match, Normie Smiley defeated Jeff Jarrett in 8:20 by pinfall 28E. Norman Smiley and them don't click, so I'll remember that, and that's quality for the match. The colour commentary to get the match booth. Smiley 25, Jeff 33, no work improvements. And 52D plus. In a decent pre-show match, Shawn Michaels defeated Ted DiBiase in 8:26 by pinfall, Sweet Chin Music. And guess what? Ted DiBiase didn't even ask to be booked strong, didn't complain, just for some good reason, let Michaels go over him. So Shawn Michaels and Ted DiBiase don't click. Now it's quality to lift the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Michaels has ring performance of 43, DiBiase 52. I will be uploading today's episode in just a little bit, guys. because I haven't done that yet, which I just remembered. I need to get out today. The next live show, which I think is Falling Star. Today you're gonna get an episode of Falling Star. If that's fun, I'll just show you in here before we get the main show on. So that's your next episode, Falling Star Wrestling Rebirth, episode 5. That's going up. That'll be going up after I film this section. So that'll be you'll get to watch that in a bit. Hey. In a decent pre-show match, Kurt Hennig defeated Scott Hall and Arn Anderson in 8:02 when Hennigan defeated Scott Hall by pin for the Henningplex. Kurt Hennig carried the match in terms of ring performance. So now it's quality lifted match. Color commentary in the match with Boost. Scott Hall 56, Kurt Hennig 57, Arn Anderson 56, 66C plus. And these guys didn't do as good. I thought Miss Elizabeth would be able to was rated in sex appeal. Shut up. Yes, I am with Randy Savage again. For some reason, Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth have started dating again. So yeah, I brought her in at this point. So Joe I am now playing the wrong game. So JJ, no. So let's just change that to Jesse. So Jesse wants to sign a deal with USA to get us shown across the states. So yes, I was the good girl, the one you all loved. No more. I told Randy what to say. I was the one stalking Hogan last week. So yeah, Miss Elizabeth. She wasn't here last week. I just made that up. It was going to be somebody else. But they started dating, so I brought her in as a bad guy. As a bad girl. I am so happy about me and Miss Elizabeth. We're back together. And we're going to leave the ring right now. Oh, no. How could you, Elizabeth? The fans loved you. But not only do you go back with the guy who divorced you. So with me reffing your title matches, I'll make sure Miss Elizabeth will not interfere in your matches. So now you're in deep trouble. So she's debuted as not in the shroud. Van Solo is getting better. Give it Kill Hogan proof for GFW. So yeah, so then Jim goes, can I believe this? Miss Elizabeth going against the fans? This is shocking. That is the perfect way to start our debut on the USA. So yeah, we're on the USA channel now. So an 80B, the good way, not a very good way to start, but hey ho. And we're gonna have all the titles on the line tonight. So so there's not as many angles written out this week because I wanted to concentrate on the wrestling and get the wrestlers out there, show the product off because it's our debut show. So we've got loads of matches over really long angles. So yeah, in a bout of had subpar wrestling and a little heat, The Undertaker defeated Eddie Guerrero in 7:55 by pin for the Tombstone. The Undertaker makes defense number 5 of his Global Force Wrestling Next Gen title. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside and announcing quality left of the match. The colour commentary in the match boost Eddie Guerrero 39, Undertaker 40. No worker improvements. Just got a message in on something else about something else was going on in the world. In above had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. The Midnight Express defeated the Bushwhackers in 8:28 when Stan Lane defeated Luke Williams by pinfall with the rocket launcher. Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton showed excellent chemistry together as per usual. Now's quality lifted the match. The colour commentary in the match of boost. This match got the crowd going. Got the crowd hotter. Luke Williams had a ring performance of 48. Butch Miller 44, Bobby Eaton 69, Stan Lee 67. Hulk Hogan in an exceptional round, Tully Blanchard defeated Hulk Hogan in 7:45 by pin for the slingshot suplex after Randy Savage interfered. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. This got the crowd hot. Hulk Hogan had a ring performance of 90, Tully Blanchard 67. The Global Force Wrestling storyline has advanced but lost heat. No worker improvements, but hey ho. I will have to give him a bit of money after tonight. So yeah, video plays hyping up our tag title match of the night. The Bulldogs taking on the Rock and Roll Express. Just going, this is next after the commercial break. So yeah, in a bout that had good wrestling and decent match of the card, the British Bulldogs defeated the Rock and Roll Express in 7:47 when Dynamite Kid defeated Ricky Morton by pinfall with the plower clean lift and diving head. But the Bulldogs makes defense number 4 their Global Force Tag Team titles. 78B, not bad. Dynamite Kid was slowed by his injury, but I don't care with that rating. Colour commentary in the match with Boost, Robert Gibson 65, Ricky Morton 62, Dynamite Kid 76, David Boy 80, and the tag team title storyline advancing with that segment. Then we have one of the typical angles where, they're in the back, he's getting ready for his match, and we see Ollie talking to him and, discussing a tactic to win the bout. Sorry, I'm just having a quick swig. Let's just pause that, because that started playing again. In a 23E, so the Undertaker's just kind of, walking through the backstage, ready to leave, and then Mick Foley comes in and starts brawling with him. And then our road agents and, our referees have to kind of pull them apart and go, wait, behave. Then next up, we have a 58C. In above, had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Rocky Johnson and the Lightning Express defeated Vader and the Nasty Boys at 6:23 when Rocky Johnson defeated Brian Knobs by pinfall the Johnson Shuffle. Nice and quality of the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Tim Horner 47, Brad Armstrong 48, Rocky Johnson 60, Vader 58, Jay Sags 35, Brian Knobs 39. No worker improvements, but I'm not complaining. 58C. In the 59C, in above, had good wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Steven Regal defeated Brian Pillman in 8:25 by pinfall. Regal makes defense number 1 of his United States title. Nice and quality lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the match a bill. Pillman 59, Regal 43. No worker improvements. And then, Shawn Michaels comes out and beating up Steven Regal, and that is our match for Crown and Glory. I will also be announcing after this I'll be announcing the tag team title defense, but Shawn Michaels and Steven Regal are ready to go. So that's that's my notepad. At the events, we'll also be seeing, because I don't want to do them again, the Bulldogs, the British Bulldogs, will be defending their belts against the Bushwhackers. Yep, the Bushwhackers are going to get in a title shot. Not only will the Bushwhackers be getting a title shot, the fabulous Freebirds, who have been saying some stuff, the fabulous Freebirds will be taking on the Hart Foundation. That's going to be booked. I'm also going to be doing I'm actually going to book all the tag team matches, because tag team matches are easier to book than anything else. So we've got Lightning Express left. Yeah, the Lightning Express will be taking on the Midnight Express. They have the right to use the Express name. I don't know. Just the 2 Express teams are going to be facing, and then that leaves the Rock and Roll Express. What was it about the 1980s and Express? Because you got the Lightning Express, the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express. What the hell was it with the Rock and Roll Express taking on the Nasty Boys, who are quite young at this time, Brian Knobs and Joey Sags. So yep, that is all the tag teams booked in for Crown and Glory, and that angle gets a 38D-. Not bad at all. Next up, we get a 66C+, in about a good heat and decent wrestling. King Kong Bundy defeats Sergeant Slaughter in 7:59 by pinfall the Big Splash. So the match suffered because there was not enough selling on shows per usual when we put King Kong Bundy or Andre the Giant in the match. Nice and quality lifted the match. The colour commentary in the match to boost. Bundy 64, Slaughter 64. And then we see Ricky Steamboat and Ted DiBiase have an argument backstage, but they don't come to blows. A 76C, an exceptional match. The Iron Sheik defeated Ricky Steamboat in 7:41 by pinfall. The Iron Sheik 71, Steamboat 85. Ricky Steamboat improving in performance. We'll have to deal with that in a bit. In above, had fantastic heat and good wrestling. Randy Savage defeated Strimmy Snooker, and Strimmy Snooker got intentionally disqualified. Makes defense number 1 of his Global Force Championship. So Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth have great chemistry. They both click, and it showed in their performance. The announced quality lifted the match. The colour commentary going to match booth. Snooker 55, Savage 75. No work improvements, but as you'll see, booking details. The referee was Hulk Hogan. And then we get the video playing, and we get an 81B for the main event. In an exceptional match, Dusty Rhodes defeated Andre the Giant, Ric Flair, and Terry Funk in 1933, and Dusty Rhodes defeated Terry Funk with a bionic elbow. Dusty Rhodes wins the Global Force Wrestling World Championship. Terry Funk 80, Andre the Giant 80, 96 for Ric Flair, 87 for Dusty, and Ric Flair improving in flying. Okay. The reason I've done this is we have The Undertaker. Right, let me run through this. The Undertaker's heel. The British Bulldogs are heel. Steven Regal is heel. Randy Savage is heel. Right, that's our 4 main titles. That's the Global Force Championship is a heel. The Next Gen's a heel. The Tag Team titles are heel. The United States Championship is a heel. Our 5th championship has to be a babyface, and the only babyface I could really put it on, I was thinking Terry Funk, but I had to go with Dusty. So I think Dusty is going to help us more. And then our next segment, what is it? Oh yeah, I know. So yeah, basically the match is over. Dusty's celebrating, going, "Yay, I won the title!" Confetti's coming down. Ric Flair looks very angry and jumps him, beating him down. You know, going, "I should have won. You know, I should have won." Yeah. And we get a 79B for our first debut show. I think we could have done better, but a 79B. You know, we're live on USA. It's our first show. I'm not going to complain. Well done, guys. So yeah, I will see you guys live next week on USA with our next episode of Amped. We'll see you then, guys. We'll see you live. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as we are about to go live on USA. We're in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Global Force Wrestling. Amps. Hello guys, welcome back. Yes, so this is Amps. It's been held by the Force. Global Force Wrestling. It's been held in front of 6,657 people at the Kofi Field. I'm going to be doing the shows more frequently from the tri-state area where we're bigger, because we're getting more people in, more ticket sales. Until we start getting up there in the other areas. So Paul Bearer did good work at ringside, and that's quite a lift in the match. Collar commentary in the booth. Eddie Guerrero had a ring for 40, the Undertaker 38, of course, for the Undertaker wins this by a chokeslam. No confirms. There is a reason why the Undertaker's on the pre-show, which will become clear when we get to the main show. Next match is a 45D in a pre-show battle at Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat. Brookside defeated Owen Hart by pinfall with the Inkla Slam. That's quite a lift in the match. Collar commentary in the match boost. Brookside 35, Owen Hart 46. In a terrible pre-show match, Norman Smiley defeated Stephen Regal in 7:48 by following interference with Shawn Michaels, and that's quality lift in the match. Collar commentary in the match boost. Smiley 22, Regal 44. No working improvements. 43D, not bad. In a poor pre-show match, Michaels defeated Sid Vicious in 8:09 by pinfall Sweet Chin Music. 48D, that's quality lift in the match. Collar commentary in the match boost. Michaels 54, Vicious 58, no working improvements. For some reason his picture automatically changed and I couldn't find the one we had before, so I've just picked that. End of argument. Yeah, his picture changed on its own. I don't know what was going on there. Hey look, WrestleMania 3 still in the background. Ha ha. With a ring over there. And that's why I'm recording all these tonight, so that I don't lose that. In the pre-show about a decent wrestling but little heat, Hennigan defeated Jeff Jarrett by pinfall the Henning Plex. That's quality of the match. The color commentary in the match and boost. Henning 61, Jarrett 40, no work improvements. In a pre-show bout about decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Pillman defeated Arn Anderson in 7:45 by pinfall the flying corkscrew cross body. Now it's quality of the match. The colour commentary game the match with boost. Anderson 57, Pillman 50. Arn Anderson improving in performance, a 52D plus, not bad. And we open up with a 98A star. Better than last week's opening thing. So Dusty comes down to the ring with his belt over his shoulder and goes, "Yes, I am the world champion. Last week I won this lovely belt. This week I'm going to continue to it being the best. You see, this company keeps trying new stuff. This place is the only company to go live for 2 hours every week. Doing monthly pay-per-views. You see, Jesse set the bar for what fans now expect to see. I will go to every live event and will defend this belt, beautiful belt." When we hear some phenomenal music and we hear the woo! Now shut the hell up. You see, stop kissing these fans' asses. You see, yes, we're live across the USA, but they don't want you as champion. They want me. They want the limo riding, jet flying son of a gun. You see, Dusty, I want to face you for that belt. Not tonight. These fans don't deserve it. He gets a mighty boo for that, probably. Deserve it, but I will tell you when I'm ready. See you later, punk. So yeah, obviously many people will know when that match is happening because of booking restraints. So it's not going to be then. It's more likely going to be at Hard Justice in August. That's when I'm planning it for. In fact, just so I don't forget, I'm planning this match for then because of the booking restraints. I will book it in now. I will announce it on a future episode just so that you will remember. But Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair at Hard Justice for the World Championship. So yeah, Ric Flair improvised well throughout the segment. The 70s deserved better announcing. He got the show off to a strong start. Got the crowd hot and it's advanced and gained heat for the storyline. In a 64C and a decent match, Rocky Johnson defeated Vader in 8:07 by pinfall the Johnson Shuffle. Now it's quality of the match because the commentary gave the match boost. It's got the crowd hotter. Okay, my mum's sending a photo. The match got the crowd hotter. Vader had a ring performance of 53, Roy Johnson 61. I'm glad that I've got my headphones plugged in because you won't be able to hear the beep when it pops up. I'm very intrigued what my mum sent me as a picture now, so I'm gonna have a quick gander, you know. I know I'm recording, but sod this. My mum's just sent a photo. Basically, my mum's only copied part of it and sent me a picture of the flipping. Okay, very nice, awesome. Anyway, let's get back onto YouTube. So she basically, I sent this thing out saying squeeze, you know, those weird tag messages you get. I sent some out, and instead of mum sending me the actual message with the picture, she just sent me the picture. Anyway, so in a decent match, Rocky Johnson defeated Vader. We've already gone through all this, so it got 64C, not bad for an opening match on telly. A 49D, and a battle had subpar wrestling and Little Heat. Scott Hall defeated Mick Foley in 7:44 by pinfall the Razor's Edge, following interference on The Undertaker. That's quality lift the match, so get Cole together match moves. Scott Hall 49, Foley 44, the next gen storylines event of this. Yeah, and after he does it, you know, after the match, The Undertaker has Mick over his shoulder to the back. What the hell? The Undertaker's just kidnapped Mick Foley. You'll find out later what's going on there. So in a battle had subpar wrestling and Little Heat, the Lightning Express defeated the Nasty Boys in 8:08 when Tim Horner defeated Brian Knowles by pinfall rolling cradle. Joe Staggs getting paid. Going that's quality lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Tim Horner 49, Brad 42, Sags 33, Brian Knowles 37. Both Nasty Boys improving in performance and doping skills, not bad. And Joe Staggs is still wasted on drugs, not good. So yeah, we then get a promo from Hulk Hogan. Listen up, Hulkamaniacs, as the ref for the world title match of the next pay-per-view. After last week, if Randy Cheezel gets counted out, he will lose the title. Also, Miss Elizabeth, if she interferes, he will also lose the bout. So yeah, Miss Elizabeth can't get involved in the match, or he loses the match. She can be at ringside, but she can't get involved. And if he tries to get himself disqualified or counted out on purpose, he loses the championship bout because Hulk Hogan has that power. 75B minus, not bad. And then after the break, we will see the Hart Foundation taking on the Fabulous Freebirds. Basically, that's what it's saying on amps. And okay, yeah, we don't get that match straight away, but we do get it. So yeah, that's advertising a match later on tonight. Basically, it was after this, but I moved stuff around as I normally do in a booking. So in a decent pre-show match, Ricky Steamboat, the Bushwhackers, and the Rock and Roll Express defeated Truly Blanchard, the Midnight Express, and the British Bulldogs. In 7:43, when Ricky Steamboat defeated Truly by pinfall flying karate chop. In Tim's work, Ricky Steamboat sends shoulders. Dynamite Kid was slowed by his injury somewhat. Luke Williams is getting better. His gimmick, Rick Morton, was really off his game. That's quite lifted the match. The colour commentary getting the match a boost. Steamboat looked excellent out there. So Dynamite Kid 65, Davey Boy 69, Bobby 58, Stan Lane 51, Truly 57, Ricky 83. Robert Gibson, 54, Ricky Morton, 50, Luke Williams, 42, Butch Miller, 40, Butch improving in performance, David Heem technical, Bobby in performance, and Dynamite Kid in performance. And the good thing is, because it was a tag match, he was slowed by his injury, but he probably went in there a lot. And then we get the Fabulous Freebirds match, a 78B, in a bout of good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. The Hart Foundation defeated the Fabulous Freebirds in 8:21. Bret Hart defeated Mike Haynes by pinfall for a heart attack. Bret Hart carried the match in terms of ring performance. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Mike Haynes 60, Terry Gordy 67, Jim Nadine Hart had a ring performance of 66, and Bret Hart 82. No worker improvements. Good match, actually. Then a 66C plus, the Hart Foundation, you know, like, great into the fans, they got the win, and then then the Bulldogs running an attack and keeping that storyline going. 66C plus. In a 77B, in a battle of great wrestling and good heat, Slaughter takes out Ted DiBiase in 8:10 by pinfall. Sam Slaughter and Ted DiBiase have great chemistry, which is interesting. Colour commentary in the match of boost. Slaughter 77, Ted 75, no worker improvements. And yes, this is the next angle, 59C. These guys are getting better angles, which is good. We see Mick tied to a tree in a graveyard, with the Undertaker standing next to him, looking menacingly at him. And why is it Michael Haynes in the picture? Ignore the fact that it's Michael Haynes and pretend that's Mick Foley. No wonder this angle got a good rating. Ignore the fact it's Mick Foley. So yeah. Oh yes, hello Mick. Welcome to my graveyard. You see, we brought you here to send a warning. At B for glory, you will put you in a grave like this. And he pulls down to next to him where there's an open grave. But before we can do that, we must first make you a sacrifice. Oh yes, it takes a long time. At this, Paul picks up a bucket and throws over Mick. We see it's blood. As he does that, the graveyard goes totally dark. And when it goes back to kind of light, you can see what's going on again. The Undertaker and Paul have vanished, leaving Mick tied to the tree. So yeah, we'll ignore the fact that was Michael Haynes. That was meant to be Mick Foley. And he's tied to a tree in a graveyard covered in blood. So I think I need to be locked up in a mental asylum. First we've got someone accusing someone of an affair. Then they get back with a girl they're accusing of having an affair. She comes in and says that she planned the whole thing. Now we've got a bloody dead man walking around tying people to trees and getting his manager to throw blood over them. Is there any sane storylines going on? Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair are feuding over a bout and breaking kayfabe left, right, centre. This place should be shut down for wrestling, wrestling fairs. It's brilliant. So video hypes for Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat, which is coming up at the next pay-per-view, of course, which is coming up in 2 weeks, Crown and Glory. We get and go into our next match, which is a superb match. King Kong Bundy defeated Jimmy Snuka a bit by pin for a big splash. We'll ignore that with a 73B. Nice quality lifted the match. The colour commentary together match and boost. Snuka 76, King Kong 67. Not bad match really. And most of these people are probably improving, and he's probably improving. Yeah, and then we get a tag match. In an exceptional match, Hulk Hogan and Terry Funk defeated Andre the Giant and Ric Flair when Terry Funk defeated Andre by pinfall the pile driver. God knows how that Terry Funk picked up Andre without, probably got help from Hogan. Ric Flair was head and shoulders over everyone else. Ric Flair 96, Andre 82, Terry Funk 78, Hulk Hogan 87, 79B, not a bad match at all. And then we got a video hyping up our main event tonight as it's champion versus champion. Gets an 83B, not a bad match at all. In an exceptional match, Randy Savage defeated Dusty Rhodes in 21-42 by pinfall after Miss Elizabeth interfered. Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth have great chemistry. Dusty Rhodes 85, Randy 94. No work improvements, an 83B. And then Hogan comes in, beating, after he's going, yeah, I won, woohoo. Before he gets a chance to pick up Miss Elizabeth, Hogan's in there, pushes Miss Elizabeth out of the way, and starts beating down Savage with a steel chair. And we end the show tonight with a 82B. We have once again blown the boardie out of the park. Another great show. Great show. And we've got one more before the next pay-per-view, which I will be booking tonight and the pay-per-view. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you at the next Amped Live on USA. Ladies and gentlemen, building of all ages, please take your seats as Global Force Wrestling presents to you live from the Caulfield Field Arena. From the Kofi Field, ladies and gentlemen, we are live in front of 700 people on the USA Network. Please take your seats as the show is about to start. This is Global Force Wrestling Amped, being brought to you live by the Global Force Wrestling Company. You have sold out this place with 7,000 people. Thank you, Kofi Field. Hello and welcome to Amp This Week live on the USA Network. We've got wall-to-wall action. Tonight's main event will see Randy Savage and Ted DiBiase taking on Hulk Hogan and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat head off before their singles match this Sunday. Jesse, not only that, I have heard that Mick Foley was found after last week's kidnap. He is here tonight and wants to send a message to the Undertaker. But not only that, we've got a tag title match and a United States match. This place is stacked. We better get started. So yeah, these guys weren't on the angle, but we advertised, it was rated on Hulk Hogan on that. So in a decent match, the opening match tonight is Arn Anderson taking on Rocky Johnson. Arn Anderson wins in 7:55 by pinfall. Wonders get about his gimmick, and that's quite lifted the match. The colour commentary made the match boost. This match got the crowd hotter. 53 for Arn, 60 for Rocky Johnson. No worker improvements, sadly. I'm just going to move my phone charging wire because it's blocking my recording skills. Next up in the 78B, And a decent match, the Bulldogs defeat Lightning Express in 803 when David Boy Smith defeated Brad Armstrong by pinfall, the power clean lift and diving headbutt. The British Bulldogs make defence number 5 of their Global Force tag team titles. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. The match got the crowd hot. Tim Horner 46, Brad Armstrong 46, Dynamite Kid 84, and David Boy Smith 84. The tag team titles advanced with the storyline. Tim Horner improving in performance. Hooray! And then after the match, we see the Bushwhackers come out and beat up the Bulldogs. The storyline continues to advance. But of course, we know that the Bushwhackers this Sunday at... Is it? I think it's... I should write these down. Crown and Glory, which we'll do in this episode. They're going to be facing each other. It's going to be another long episode of this. In a 79B, in a battle of good wrestling and decent match to the crowd, Bobby Eaton defeated Bret Hart in 806 by pinfall, the Alabama Jam. Colour commentary match boost, 78 for Bret, 63 for Bobby Eaton. So yeah, they're going to be in single action. Jim Dean Hart. So a 42D. This is a very interesting angle. Don't know what happened to my brain when I wrote this. You see, this Undertaker is a crazy as shit. It's crazy as shit. Last week he kidnaps me, ties me to a tree, but gets his crazed manager to cover me in blood. I'm not scared. I'm just as crazed as you. I'll be some of the most hardcore matches yet. Taker, you might do your voodoo dead zombie shit, but it don't scare me. The lights go out and come back on, and we see come back to see kids with black hoods. As they stand there, they start singing a groovy voice. So yeah, basically the image I want to put in your heads, guys, is we've got a full-sided ring, and all sides of the ring, you know, you can't no way out of the ring because it's just surrounded by kids, and the kids just start singing, you know, like in the horror films, and they start singing this: 1, 2, take it coming for you. 3, 4, knock at the door. 5, 6, he covered in blood. 7, 8, he's standing near. 9, 10, he right behind you. We then see Taker standing behind Sting. I also was thinking about Sting at this point. Behind Mick Foley. He then hits the tombstone on Mick and the lights go on and off. They're all... So then the lights go back on and off. Everything's gone. Nothing happened. Yeah, don't ignore that. Sting is not back yet. Sting's not going to be back until probably after this Sunday. I don't know if he's going to be back for Monday. I don't know. But yeah, I've got some plans for Sting, don't you worry. But Sting will get his rematch, don't you guys worry. And then a 67C plus in a decent match, Stan Lane defeated Jim Dean in 823 by pinfall of a Soviet kick. Nice quality of the match, could have come together match with Jim Dean Hart 61, Stan Lane 57. Jim Dean Hart improving in performance. Let me do that, that's better. I need to clean my glasses. I can't really see what I'm doing and my glasses are blocking the screen. Give me a second while I just quickly clean my glasses. If you guys want to read ahead and read this match, you can do. I'm just going to quickly do this. Just give me a quick rub, see if I can see out the lens. Can't see it all. There we go, that's better. In a battle, had decent wrestling, but little heat. Stephen Regal defeated Kurt Hennig in 746 by pinfall, using the ropes lead for leverage. Stephen Regal Western defends number 2 of his United States Championship. Now squad lifted the match. The colour commentary the batch shoes. Hennigan 58, 43 for Regal. Kurt Hennig improving in performance. And Ollie Anderson, one of my typical angles, we see Ollie Anderson backstage talking to Rick. We don't really hear what they're saying, but we can see they're talking in the locker room. So in above, had fantastic eating, great wrestling. Dusty Rhodes defeated King Kong Bundy in 12-10 by a pin for the Bionic Elbow. Dusty Rhodes makes defense number 1 of his Global Force Championship. Yeah, I've got another show to do before I go to bed. Dusty Rhodes seemed off his game. This suffered because there was not enough selling. Colin got to go to match boost. Bundy 67, Rhodes 78, not bad at all. In above, had good wrestling, decent match of the crowd. Snooker defeated Truly Blanchard in 749 by a pin for the Superfly Splash. Colour commentary gave the match a boost, 60 for Truly, Snooker 74, no worker improvements. And then we come back from commercial and we see Miss Elizabeth and Randy Savage and Gene Oakland. Randy Savage getting back his gimmick because he was rated, not Miss Elizabeth, but that's not... There's only Randy Savage rated in this angle. I know it's cheating, but that's... You know, we've got to get good ratings, and it got 76B. So Miss Elizabeth, you want comments, do you mean? So basically, we've just come back from break, and we've seen he was asking comments from Randy. Ask me, not him. I'm going to make this quick. Last week, Hogan made some rules that won't stop my man, Randy Savage, coming out on top. You think you can throw your weight around, Hogan? I'll show you tonight. You can't. Ooh, strong words from Miss Elizabeth. Yeah, Miss Elizabeth being here was brilliant fun. I just want to mess with your heads, guys. It's 1987. It's my world, not yours. This is my wrestling company. It's my 1987. Sod the rules. In an exceptional match, Andre the Giant defeated Terry Funk in 5 minutes and 41 by pinfall the body slam. Colour commentary match gave the match a boost. 83 for Andre, Terry Funk 77. See, I'm trying to test to see if we do shorter matches with him and King Kong Bundy, so we don't go very long. Yes, it's going to mess everybody else up, but if we do that, I'm seeing if it. So it seems to work. It might be a less rating what we could get, but you know, we don't get that same message. In a decent match, the Rock and Roll Express defeated the Fabulous Freebirds. In 7:54, and Rick Morton defeated Michael Haynes by pin for the double drop kick. Got a 71C plus, and that's quality of the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Haynes had a ring performance of 62, Terry Gordy 62, Robert Gibson 62, and 60 for Ricky Morton. So they're all very even, these guys. So Robert Gibson improving in Rumble. Not too bad. Then we have the video playing up tonight's main event. Oh yes. An 82B, another good match. In an exceptional match, Ricky Steamboat and Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Savage. Yes, they beat him. And Ted DiBiase in 1948 when Ricky Steamboat defeated Ted DiBiase by pinfall after using a foreign object. That was not meant to be the way they won. The main they won was the fact that Rob Orton Jr. debuts and runs in attacking Savage. Ted DiBiase was directly struggling to keep up with Owens' performance. I will be booking a match now as well because we've been doing it. Hard Justice, the main event of that, which I'm now going to book because it would have been announced. It will be announced after the show ends. We will see Randy Savage in the main event against Bob Orton Jr. Yes, we have got Bob Orton Jr. He doesn't wrestle tonight, but he'll probably wrestle this Sunday. I don't know yet. But yeah, so Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth have great chemistry. Bob Orton Jr. debuts cowboy gimmick. He's got initial rating great. Hogan 90, Steamboat 84, DiBiase 71, Randy Savage 95. Did you go before his championship storylines advanced segment? Everyone has a price. Advanced and gained heat. Worker improvements. Hogan improving in performance. Thank you, Hogan, for improving. Not that you need to. An 80, not an 81B like last week, but an 80B. Not bad. We increased our popularity again, guys. So we'll see you guys this coming Sunday night for Crowning Glory. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, please take your seats as Crowning Glory 1987 from being presented by Crowell Force Wrestling in front of a sold out crowd of 14,000 people at the Blue Cross Arena. Girls Live. Boom, 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 boom. Fireworks, yay. Hello and welcome to Crowning Glory Live. Tonight we'll see Randy Savage taking on Ricky Steamboat with Hulk Hogan as the special referee. Not only that, Bob Orton Jr.'s got his workout out in our opening match tonight as he's got a huge giant contend with King Kong Bundy. After Randy Savage demanded he gets retribution after interfering in his match this past Monday night. Tonight is another station stop on the way to Bound for Glory, which is looking awesome already. But Mick and Taker are both in action tonight. My question is do you think Mick or Taker are going to do something to the other party tonight? Yes, that's a very good question. That's a very good point. Let's get on the way with our first match. So yeah, our opening show tonight, 14,000 people. I'm Billy's crowd ever, and in a battle that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Bob Orton defeated King Kong Bundy in 740 by pinfall the suplex. Matchup because of not enough selling, colour commentary gave a match boost. Bob Orton Jr. had a 78, whereas King Kong Bundy had a 67. So yeah, we open up the show strong. We, gets the car. My feeling is with pay-per-views, you've got to have a good match to open up, and then you can put all the shit mads in the middle, and then close with a bang. Open with a bang and close with a bang is my bet with these sort of things. But I don't think we've got any bad matches on the card tonight. In a battle, had decent wrestling but didn't have much treat. The Rock and Roll Express defeated Nasty Boys on 8:18 where Rick and Morton defeated Joe Sag by pinfall double drop kick. Nelson Quality lifted the match. Colour commentary gave the match a boost. Got the crowd hotter. Robert Gibson 62, Ricky Morton 63, Sags 35, Brian Knobs 42. Not bad. Okay, that was the last Nasty Boys opponents for a while. I am going to have to bring another tag team in. In a terrible match, Mick Foley defeated Sid Vicious in 7:54 by pinfall with a double arm DDT. Don't click and wait for an awkward bounce. That's quite a little match. Colour commentary gave the match a boost. Vicious 24, Mick 40. No work improvements. 88 D-. Where's the Undertaker? Yeah, well, he doesn't even turn up after the match. And about that, decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. The Midnight Express defeated Lightning Express in 7:42, and Stan Lane defeated Tim Horner by pinfall with a Savute kick. Tim Horner's getting over, but his gimmick there. The Midnight Express had good chemistry. That's got left the match. Colour commentary getting the match of boost. Tim Horner 48, Brad Armstrong 48, Bobby Eaton 71, Stan Lane 63, 71, and Brad Armstrong improving points. So yeah, that's gone. You know, these shows are quite easy to book because you've not got to do angles. These finally should stop chewing the bars, because these shows are just, you know, we're set to have 100% wrestling at these pay-per-view events, so we can kind of just do back-to-back wrestling with a few angles thrown in here and there, which is what we do. This is a Jesus Christ, a 44D in a Belvad subpar wrestling, a little heat. Jarrett defeated Eddie 7:31 by pinfall flying dropkick. That's called as a match. Colour commentary going to match a boost. 40 for Jeff, 38 for Eddie. No work improvements. Thanks for covering me in food. In a 58 C minus in a belt that had decent wrestling, but little heat. Rocky Johnson and Robbie Brookside defeated Vader and Owen Hart in 8:09. And Rocky Johnson defeated Vader by pinfall with a Johnson shuffle. I'm going to have to look up this Johnson shuffle because it sounds quite amusing. Rocky Johnson was head and shoulders. Robbie Brookside was a weak link. That's fine. Owen Hart had ring for 49. Vader 49. Robbie 34, 62. No work improvements, but nice little tag match there. And yeah, this is a surprise for people. In a battle that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Shawn Michaels defeated Steven Regal in 15:06 by pinfall the Sweet Chin Music. Shawn Michaels wins the Go Before United States Championship. That's got this match. Colour commentary going to match. Michaels 54, Steven Regal 51. That was the original plan. It was always my plan to have Michaels win the title. So I had Steven Regal hold it, and then at the big event, Michaels gets hold of it. It does mean it won't be defended at Bound for Glory, because I know that he won't lose it then. But we will book this in now. Steven Regal will have his rematch, because that was a better match than I thought it was going to be. So yep, Steven Regal will get his rematch against Michaels at next month's event. There we go, that's set in. But yeah, it does mean that the only title match we're going to have at the pay-per-view at the moment is, you know, the original belts. None of the new belts are going to be defended, which is what I want. This is a plan I've had in my head. 60C is not bad. This is even better. 73 being won. It's in a decent match. Snooker and Sarge Stoller defeated Scott Hall in 8:05, and Snooker defeated Scott Hall by pinfall the Superfly Splash. So I know that Scott Hall's going to look weak in this match, but you know, he's the one who had the best momentum going into it, and he was, you know, even if he was struggling, and also because it was a long match, it made him look strong against these two. So now Squad lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. Paul had a ring for 70, 69 and 69 for Snooker and Slaughter. No work improvements. That's fair enough. A 65 C minus in a battle that subpar wrestling and little heat. Anderson defeated Smiley in 7:49 by pinfall after Ollie Anderson interfered. Now Squad lifted the match. Colour commentary gave the match a boost. Ollie Anderson ring for 58. Smiley 34. That classifies as he's appeared on the screen. In a battle good wrestling and decent match in the crowd, the Fabulous Freebirds defeated the Hart Foundation in 8:02 when Michael Haynes defeated Jim Nadine Hart by pinfall following interference from Davey Boy Smith. During the match we also had Dynamite Kid running and attack Bret Hart. Bret Hart carried the match. Colour commentary gave the match a boost. Michael Haynes 60, Terry Gordy 66, Jim Nadine Hart 68, Bret Hart had a ring performance at 80. I am so looking forward to the blow-off show. You know, I'm so upset I'm going to stop recording this and start recording Ring of Fire now. I'm really looking forward to Bound for Glory, and I'm really enjoying this at the moment. It's been really good. So yeah, we've got Crown of Glory out the way. We've got Bob. This is, you know, this card for Hard Justice is looking as bloody good as ever as well. Next up, in the 61C, another good match. In the battle, had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Hennigan defeated Truly Blanchard in 9:05 by pinfall the Henningplex. Hennigan's get better his gimmick, and that's quality of the match. Colour commentary goes about the chase. Hennigan 61, Blanchard 61. Truly Blanchard improving in flying. Not a bad match at all. And then we have an 81B. Holy crap. In a decent match, the Bulldogs defeated the Bushwhackers in 15:30 when Dynamite Kid defeated Luke Williams by pinfall with a power clean lift diving headbutt. The Bulldogs makes defend number 6 of their title, their tag team championships. The colour commentary match boost. Luke Williams 47, Rich Miller 48, Kid 83 and an 82. Holy shit. Butch Miller improving in performance, and Dominic in Rumble. Good, oh god. And then yeah, the Hearts come out and beat them down because of course. And then it's announced it won't be next month, but at Bound for Glory, the Hearts have made it official. They want a what's the word? Wasn't known as an ODQ match then, was it? But we'll do it as an ODQ match, but it's a 2-3-2. I'll look at that in a minute. Someone's just made a weird noise in the kitchen. That was really weird. So it'll be a 2v2 street fight match. I don't know if this match is going to do. I'm not. I'm going to do this as just a standard tag team match. But at Bound for Glory, the Hearts will get their match because Bulldogs have already made a decision on who they will be facing next month at the pay-per-view for the bouts next month. It's announced at the next pay-per-view that Hard Justice, all the bouts will be on the line. So yeah, I'm going to book all the top matches in now, so you guys know what you're going to get on the next episode. So yeah, the Hart Foundation are not getting their match. It'll be the Rock and Roll Express. I'm getting another shot at the British Bulldogs. I think that's only fair. I am actually going to that would be that. So that's set in stone. So we got Global Force Championship. We got the World Title. We got the United States. We got that one. Next Gen title is going to be not set actually. I've already got the plans for that. So yeah, that's all the titles at the moment set in stone, which is good. Next up is a 77B in an exceptional match. Hogan defeated DiBiase in 15-20 by pinfall the Axe Bomber. Hulk Hogan 90, Ted 70, no worker improvements. And then we get our next title match in a 52D plus just to make the crowd go a bit quieter. In about that subpar wrestling, a little heat, the Undertaker defeated Brian Pillman in 14-43 by pinfall of Tombstone, following a botching first by Mick Foley. Number 6 of his next gen title. Boy, do good work at ringside. Brian Pillman 51, Undertaker 37, the Undertaker improving in technical skills. 76B for the next match, which is our tag team match. An exceptional match, Terry Funk and Dusty Rhodes defeat Ric Flair and Andre the Giant in 1953, and Terry Funk defeated Ric Flair by pinfall the pile driver. Ric Flair carried the match. Dusty Rhodes 82, Terry Funk 79, Andre 80, Ric Flair 95. No worker improvements, but a good match nonetheless. And in our main event of the night, an 82B, the best match of the night as well. An exceptional match, Randy Savage defeated Ricky Steamboat by pinfall in 25 minutes and 29 seconds. He makes an event number 2 of his Global Force Championship. Miss Elizabeth, of course, was out there. Ricky Steamboat 84, Randy 94, the Global Force Championships advanced the segment. No worker improvements. And of course, making it set in stone to the fans. Once again, Bob Orton comes out and attacks Randy Savage. And overall, an 80B, not bad at all. These two matches here flew the water out the park. I'm really thinking we're going to get some good ratings, because when you do at the end of the year, the workers work harder than ever to put on a good show. So you got Randy Savage. I'm going to be giving it to Randy Savage. I'm going to give it to Ricky Steamboat as well, and Ric Flair. Where is Ric Flair? Ric Flair. Complimented on a good performance, complimented on a good performance, and complimented on a good performance. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys at the main task screen where we have a rundown and see what the WWF are doing, Jim Crockett Promotions and AAW. Thanks for watching Crown and Glory. We'll see you at the main screen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm not going to do this to the intros I do for the things, because, there's no point now. So Sting has returned, awesome. Roddy Piper has not returned. Ricky Morton annoyed, Robert Gundert annoyed. The Crown and Glory, and I'm afraid we will be making an announcement on that in a second. Okay, Bruno Sammartino's on his way out. Where are we? Thank you. There we are. Seems like the register of gold. So 0.6, 31,000 buys. We are still in debt for some reason. I don't know bloody why. Because we're making a lot of money. I think it's just that we're not got them on sponsorship because we are not that popular in other areas of the States, but we'll live with that. This goes down all the time when we do a pay-per-view, goes back up again. So Grizzly Smith, I'm going to complete that because he wasn't signed to a written. I'm afraid he's going to rehab. So at the moment I've got, I know that's going to drop. We've got Jerry Sags and the Iron Shriek and Rick Rude all in rehab. That does mean I'm gonna have to get rid of. Jerry Sags not here at the moment. Who's the other one? Yeah, who's the other guy? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a decision I didn't think I was going to have to make, but I'm going to have to make it because otherwise we're going to have a problem. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing this. So, the Bushwhackers, nope. Where are the Nasty Boys? Jerry Sags and Brian Knobs, right. So how long is he going to be out for? No, he's at rehab. So he's going to be out for 3 months. That's fine. We can go with that. He is going to have to miss, because of his partner. He should, you know. So I'm going to click to talk. He will be. So both guys will miss. No, I'm not giving him. I'm giving him time off, and he'll be getting 3 months as well. That does mean he will have to miss the tapings. Awesome. I know this is going to put us in more debt, but I'm going to take all of their events as well. So yep, we're pillaging. It's 3WA and no more. American Wrestling Association are gone. We've got rid of them. That's fine. So we are taking out the competition slowly but surely. So yeah, WWF as well. At the moment, haven't got a lot of people. Because we've got a lot of their people. They, we beat them to Bob Orton and a few other people. The only people they've got is Bruce Beefcake, Harley Race, Honky Tonk Man, Jake Roberts, Junkyard Dog, Carl Muller, Magnificent Marco, and Paul Orndorff. Not a very exciting main event scene at all. The Intercontinental Champion is Jerick Roberts, Women's is Fabulous Moolah, World Heavyweight is vacant. Obviously someone picked up Adrian Ardanis. But we want a tag team, and I don't think we're going to get one. Because I don't know, I think Demolition, you know, he's written, where Smash isn't. Jumping Bombs, Quick Kingpins, Rising Force, the Dream Team, the Killer Bees, Wild Samoans. But I do know who I'm bringing in. I'm going to have to find them, but I do know who I'm going to be bringing in for this. So, where are they in All Japan? Because All Japan's the bigger company at the moment, isn't it? There they are. I don't know if they're going to come in or not. No, they're written. Sugar. So yeah, I'll think of some. So yeah, I'm kind of annoyed. What I'm going to be having a look at as well, because I'm going to be a bit cheaty and probably put a bit of money into the company, but we're going to do something else. Okay, they're doing this. So we've took out AWA, American Wrestling Association today, which is good. We're now quite. So what I'm now going to try and do is get. No, so we can't take them away from the CWA, wherever that is. Is that one? Central? Nope. Nope. That one. So yeah, the CWA is not in a franchise position, but I know they are losing money, so won't be long to wing it. But I've always wanted Jerry Lawler in, so Jerry Lawler, welcome to the show. He's another mid-card, not too bad. Yeah, he's got some good popularity. So yeah, let's have a look around the world at the moment. Just see what the other companies are doing. We're going to have a look at Jim Crockett's promotions. At the moment, we're going to have a look at Jim Crockett's, and then we're going to have a look at... excuse me. So the United States is Nikolai Kolkov. The United States Tag Team Champions are Ron Given, Baron Windham. World Heavyweights Barry Windham. Danny Brown. Manny Fedor's Ron Given, Ron Simmons. Thunderfoot 2 and 1. The televisions are of Kovloff. Women's is Tony Rose. So yeah, because we, and look at the ratings they've been getting compared to us. The AWA were doing quite well until we just bought them out. WWF as well are not doing very well. They've got the money. They've got the money, but they ain't got the power. But if you look at their shows since we came in, I know I showed you this last time, but if you look at their history, if you look at their recent shows, they're still getting B ratings. Jake Roberts defeated Tina Santino in the 92A. They're not really struggling, which is good. And they're getting the fans in as well. So, guys, we will see you with AMP tonight. I'm going to be doing something with the money situation because I do have a plan. But we'll just have to see, because I know for a fact that I ain't going to be gone for a while, because our popularity is spiking everywhere. So I'll see you guys at the main title screen.